something strange has been washing up on shores around the world. Locals film. Authorities arrive, but no one can explain what they're seeing. From eerie sea creatures to impossible discoveries. These are the clips that left experts speechless. Tonight, we'll go from the least terrifying finds to the ones that made entire beaches evacuate. Stay until the end, because the final discovery might change the way you look at the ocean forever. Number 15. On a quiet morning, beachgoers in Mexico stumbled upon hundreds of strange, spiny creatures scattered across the shore. At first, many thought they were simple rocks or pieces of coral, but a closer look revealed they were sea urchins, living, moving, and covering a large stretch of sand. Their dark, glossy spines shimmered under the sunlight, and some witnesses claimed they seemed to pulse, almost as if responding to the waves. Marine life experts later explained that such appearances can happen when currents or storms dislodge large groups of urchins from the ocean floor, pushing them to the surface. Yet locals couldn't help but describe the scene as unsettling, a living carpet of silent creatures stranded between sea and land. Moments later, authorities and marine staff arrived to secure the area and return as many as possible to deeper water. Number 14. In the summer of 2025, beach visitors in Southern California witnessed something both beautiful and strange. Among shells and seaweed, a delicate purple sea snail, Janthina, appeared resting on the shore. Its translucent body and bright violet shell caught everyone's attention, a color so vivid it seemed almost unreal against the pale sand. Authorities later confirmed that the specimen had drifted in with the tides, part of a rare event when these fragile creatures reach the coast instead of floating far offshore, where they usually live. For locals, it was more than a scientific curiosity. It felt like a quiet message from the ocean itself, a reminder of how easily its hidden life can surface, just for a moment, before vanishing again with the waves. Number 13. In April 2025, beachgoers in Salinas, Ecuador, were stunned when a group of sharks appeared, swimming alarmingly close to the shore. The water, usually calm and inviting, suddenly rippled with movement. Dozens of dorsal fins circling just a few meters from where families had been bathing moments before.
¿Qué nota, no? Son dos tiburones. Oye, no te acerques, ¿ah?
No, qué bestia, lo que estás grabando.
Al pie del Barceló.
Es que no puede
De
ser,
Salinas.
están gigantes.
Oye, no, qué miedo, nunca más me meto aquí yo.
No, en Salinas nunca más.
Qué preocupación, qué bestia, ¿no?
Y los niños,
ahí van, qué nota.
Local authorities quickly arrived to cordon off the area and warn swimmers to stay clear. Witnesses described the moment as surreal, a silent, synchronized motion of predators gliding beneath the surface, their dark shapes visible through the breaking waves. Marine observers later suggested the sharks may have been chasing schools of fish drawn to the warm coastal currents that season. But for those who were there, it felt like the sea itself had come alive with something ancient and restless. Number 12. In the summer of 2025, beachgoers in Spain were warned to stay alert after sightings of a strange iridescent creature along the coast. Known as the Glaucus atlanticus, or blue dragon, this tiny sea slug may look mesmerizing, but it's also venomous. Measuring barely a few centimeters, its brilliant shades of silver and cobalt blue conceal a dangerous secret. The blue dragon feeds on Portuguese man-o'-war jellyfish, storing their toxins and delivering an even more powerful sting. Local authorities temporarily closed several beaches, issuing public warnings after multiple specimens washed ashore. For many, it was the first time they had seen something that looked both delicate and otherworldly. A creature as beautiful as it was unsettling, reminding everyone that danger in the ocean can come in the smallest of forms. Number 11. Shoreline covered in blue, translucent blobs glistening under the sun. In early 2025, residents of California woke to a surreal sight. Thousands of gelatinous blue creatures scattered across miles of beach. Their bodies, small and oval, shimmered like glass under the morning light, yet no one could immediately identify what they were. Authorities and marine experts rushed to investigate, suspecting a rare oceanic phenomenon linked to changing currents. The strange organisms turned out to be Velella velella, a species of floating hydrozoans related to jellyfish. Harmless to most humans, yet eerie in such overwhelming numbers. For many locals, the event felt almost apocalyptic. A living tide of blue, silent creatures pushed from the deep sea onto the sand. A reminder that the ocean still hides movements we barely understand. Number 10. On the coast of Georgia, United States, beach visitors stumbled upon something that left them speechless. A long, serpentine carcass had washed ashore, its neck stretched, skin pale and rough, and a gaping wound revealing pink tissue beneath. No one could immediately tell what kind of creature it was. Images quickly spread online, sparking speculation that it might be a prehistoric survivor or an unknown sea species. Authorities collected the remains for examination, yet no official identification was ever made public. Marine biologists suggested it could be a decomposed basking shark or a decayed whale fetus, but the proportions, especially the head and tail, didn't quite fit any known pattern. For locals, the discovery revived old legends of sea serpents seen off the Georgia coast, and to this day, the photo remains one of the most debated beach finds in the region. Number 9. After a powerful hurricane hit Texas City, USA, locals made a discovery that quickly drew global attention. Lying motionless on the wet sand was a mysterious sea creature, its body elongated, skin leathery, and most disturbing of all, it had no visible eyes. Witnesses described the find as something out of a nightmare, a jaw lined with long, curved teeth, and a shape that didn't match any known fish or eel from the area. Marine experts speculated it might belong to a deep-sea species dragged ashore by the storm's violent currents, possibly a fang-toothed snake eel, an animal rarely seen alive near the surface. But without a confirmed identification, the mystery deepened. For residents, the image of that eyeless, tooth-filled creature became a chilling reminder of what the ocean can conceal beneath its waves, and what powerful storms are sometimes capable of bringing to light. Number 8. A massive pale body stretched across the sand. In the Bay of Plenty, New Zealand, beachgoers came across a sight few will ever forget. A giant carcass, nearly 9 meters long, had washed ashore overnight, its tentacles twisted, its flesh marked by the roughness of the sea. At first, some thought it might be a whale or an unidentified sea monster, but experts soon confirmed it was the body of a giant squid, a deep ocean species rarely seen intact on land. Even for marine biologists, finding one in such condition was extraordinary. Its enormous eyes, each the size of a human head, hinted at the depths where it once lived, a world almost completely unknown. The discovery caused both fascination and unease among locals and scientists alike, because when something that vast and elusive ends up on the sand, it reminds us how little we truly know about the creatures that roam the deepest parts of our planet. Number 7. Massive tentacles tangled along the shoreline. In coastal Spain, beach visitors were stunned when the waves revealed an enormous giant squid, Architeuthis dux, lying motionless on the sand. Its pale, elongated body stretched several meters, and the tentacles, lined with powerful suckers, hinted at the immense strength of a creature built for the deep sea. Show short clip, people cautiously approaching, the camera capturing its size. The giant squid, a species that can reach up to 5 meters in length, belongs to one of the most mysterious lineages of ocean life. These animals are rarely seen alive, They inhabit the twilight zones of the ocean, where pressure and darkness hide them from human eyes. Their size and anatomy, longer but lighter than the colossal squid, illustrate a phenomenon known as abyssal gigantism, where deep-sea creatures evolve to extraordinary proportions. For locals, the sight was both mesmerizing and unsettling, a glimpse of something ancient that usually stays far beyond our reach, now stranded, silent, and awe-inspiring on the shore. Number 6. On a remote coast in Australia, fishermen and locals gathered after something enormous washed ashore under cover of night. At first, the moving water and low visibility made it hard to tell what they were looking at. A smooth, pale mass rising and sinking with the waves, too large to be a common whale or shark. Authorities and marine experts later arrived to examine the remains, but even after hours of inspection, its exact species could not be identified. Some witnesses described faint, fin-like structures. Others claimed to see a thick tail buried beneath the foam. The scene drew hundreds of onlookers, their flashlights reflecting off the creature's slick surface, creating an atmosphere of disbelief and unease. Despite numerous analyses, samples, and comparisons, scientists concluded only one thing with certainty. Whatever had reached the shore that night belonged to the deep ocean, a realm still filled with species science has yet to name. Number 5. After the recent tsunami, coastal residents awoke to an astonishing sight. A gigantic, unknown sea creature had been dragged onto the sand, its dark armored skin glistening under the sun and lined with bulbous, shell-like structures. Local fishermen were the first to find it, but soon scientists and marine authorities arrived to examine what some described as a living fossil. Early reports suggested that the animal might have been forced up from the deep ocean, a place where sunlight never reaches and pressure shapes life into bizarre forms. Experts began collecting samples while keeping the public at a distance, as photos of the discovery spread rapidly online, fueling global speculation. For now, the creature's origin remains uncertain, but its sudden appearance reminded many that the ocean's most extraordinary secrets may only surface when nature itself decides to reveal them. Number 4. Off the coast of Australia, a group of fishermen captured something they could hardly believe. Floating just beside their boat was a black amorphous creature, its surface glistening like oil and covered with what appeared to be dozens of moving tentacles. The men described it as something alive, but not from this world, a presence that seemed to react to their flashlights before disappearing into the depths. Its movements were neither those of a squid nor an octopus. Too fast, too fluid, almost deliberate. For a moment, the fishermen stood frozen, their voices trembling as they realized they were witnessing something entirely unclassified. Marine authorities never issued a statement, and the video, shared widely online, only deepened the mystery. Was it a deep-sea organism dragged upward by the currents, or something humanity simply isn't meant to understand? Number 3. Close-up of a strange, gelatinous fish lying among wet rocks. In Russia, a deep-sea fisherman named Roman Fedortsov shocked social media after posting a photograph of one of the most bizarre marine creatures ever seen. The specimen had a bulbous, brain-like body, tiny black eyes, and a gaping mouth that looked straight out of a science fiction movie. Fedortsov identified it as an Aptocyclus ventricosus, commonly known as the smooth lumpsucker, a species found in the cold waters of the North Pacific Ocean. These fish can grow up to 44 centimeters in length and are known for their odd, suction cup-like undersides that allow them to cling to rocks in deep, turbulent environments. Its alien-like appearance, captured in perfect detail, sparked thousands of reactions online. Some fascinated, others unsettled. A reminder that the ocean's true strangeness often lies not in legends, but in the real creatures that science is only beginning to understand. Number 2. A dark humanoid shape moving slowly on the wet sand. In Cancun, Mexico, a chilling video left both locals and online viewers speechless. The clip shows a black, human-like creature crawling along the beach, its movements unsteady, almost deliberate, as if trying to rise from the sand. Some witnesses described the figure as an animal covered in oil. Others insisted its shape was too defined, too human, to be anything ordinary. The footage quickly went viral, sparking debate about its origin. Was it a person in distress, a hoax, or something that technology simply can't explain? Authorities never released an official statement, and the original uploader claimed the creature vanished moments later, leaving only marks on the sand. Whether real or artificial, the video captured a moment that blurred the line between biological reality and digital illusion. A reminder that, on some shores, even the camera hesitates to tell the truth. Number 1. A massive winged creature lying motionless on the sand. The image that stunned millions. On a quiet beach, surrounded by onlookers and police tape, lies what appears to be a colossal, dragon-like creature. Its wings stretched, its body covered in scales, as if a myth had suddenly become real. The photo spread rapidly online, with claims that it was taken somewhere in Asia, though no official confirmation ever followed. Its enormous proportions, detailed texture, and shadowing left. Even experts divided. Some say it's an advanced AI-generated composition, while others insist the image shows a physical model, perhaps part of an undisclosed project. Regardless of its origin, one thing is certain. The picture captured the imagination of millions around the world. A single frame, balancing perfectly between the possible and the impossible, reminding us how fragile the boundary between reality and myth can be.